Hi everybody, Kat here, the Christian Baker, and today I'm bringing you some delicious banana bread. Okay, so I'm going to give you the ingredients, or tell you what they are, and then we'll work through it a little bit by time. Okay, first is half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick, 1 cup brown sugar, dark, light, doesn't matter, whatever you prefer, 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon vanilla extract, try to use the pure, 4 ripe bananas, 2 cups of flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and some chopped nuts preferable. Okay, so this is take 2. The first take, when I was at the store, I saw that the price of butter has gone up so much. It was literally $4 to $4.50 for one 4-pack of butter, which is over $1 each for per stick. And I at the time I didn't have the money, so I thought that I would try to save a little bit. And I knew that the margarines are just terrible. I forgot how terrible, and I bought the Blue Bonnet Light, and I just tried to cream my brown sugar and my imitation crap. Excuse me, Lord. And it got so gritty and disgusting. So after all that, just please try to, cut corners somewhere else, but you cannot cut corners with butter. You need it. You need it, I'm telling you. Okay, so because I was not preparing to use this, it was in the fridge, so I softened it a little bit. And I'll just put you down right there. And I'm just going to take my little handy dandy little utensil, which cost $8 for me, but it is the best thing that I have probably pretty much ever used. Like, ever. It's that good. Okay. Here is a cup of brown sugar. I cleaned everything well, and it's all clean now, and it's dried and ready for the real stuff. If you have any kind of issues in your home with animals or bugs or anything, that's why I keep my stuff in a plastic bag here. Okay. Ready for the good stuff now. The good stuff. Dropping things. Okay, I just had to check to see if that was on. Okay, that is not too sturdy up here, but I'll put one hand on top. Not a lot of kitchen or counter space. So you're gonna lock this in, and so you don't get like a brown sugar shower, you're gonna turn this on. Just stir if you have a KitchenAid. Something's wrong. Oh Lord. Okay. Sorry, I'll give you 1 second. Okay, that was stuck. Goodness. Sorry. Somebody just does not want me to bake today, I tell you that. You really want to kick it up and get everything all incorporated. Okay. Now, it's not going to be totally creamed yet, but it'll be like what it is now if you can see it. Sorry, I don't have all this beautiful camera stuff, so we got what we got. Okay. Stirring eggs one at a time. You all know that probably. Here's one. Make sure when you're doing your eggs to put the shell in the garbage, because if not, you'll make your refrigerator smell by leaving it in there in the carton. You know what? I apologize. I'm not very professional here today, but okay. Come on, big boy. Oh yeah. Get your fingers out. There we go. We have some counter space up here. Okay. Now, you no, you still can't see. So I'm putting it up to 4. Now let's go, and I'm going to crack another egg. Let that go right in there. Eggs are done. Put them back in the fridge. We'll let it sit for a minute. Okay. This is very ooey gooey creamy. So you can see by the drippings. Oh, this is Carrie Underwood. I more like the throwback songs, the older songs, than the newer stuff. Once I like something, I just kind of stay with it. So, okay. Now, because there's a little bit of hard stuff in there, you're going to close this down and you're going to go one more time. Up, this is number 4. Okay. Let that sit for a minute. In a different bowl, blend bananas and vanilla. So what you're going to do, put that to the side. Now I have 2 different kinds. I have organic and regular, so I don't know what I'm going to do. They both, and I have found that bananas are not lasting very long either. I think what I'm going to do is like 2. I might end up doing another recipe tomorrow or in a couple days. And I wouldn't wait till they get very ripened. I mean, this is ripe. Don't wait till they start to spoil, because then you're not going to have great banana bread. Okay. See, like that? Don't wait for that. You don't want that brown on in your stuff. So I'm glad that I have more than just 4 bananas today, because I might have to end up taking. Make sure that you don't throw the whole thing away though, because you got to check the rest of it. See, like right there? That's good. So now we have 1.5. So you're with me so far? And I'm sure most people have prepared everything before they do their videos, and they just throw in their ingredients, and that's probably what I should do to make it faster for y'all. But I like for everybody to see the process, and I'm sure that's not, you know, much thing to see somebody open up a banana peel, but it's not. So that way you also know that I can't put anything else in there that which you already see. So, and I'm going to do a couple of these. Actually, this one in the back looks pretty. Okay. You know, I'm not even opening that one, and I know I just said that, but I saw gushy black stuff coming out, so you don't want that. And this seems to actually be a pretty good banana. I mean, I wish I But I've known that before I opened it, I would have saved it for a snack. Okay, so now we have a combination of 4.5, 5 bananas, and I think we're good. You're going to take one of these things looking like that, and you're just going to, sorry, hand was wet. There's a little bit of muscle there. Now, if you kind of like your bananas more liquidy than just chunky, you can keep on going. But I really like mine a chunky. Okay. And then, if you want to measure this, you can. The vanilla is 1 tablespoon. With certain recipes, I really don't bother with how much, as long as I have it in there. Remember, this is pure, so not a whole lot. Okay. Then you just keep this and okay, that's set aside. You don't need to mix that too much. And then with a third bowl, take that. You have too much room or you don't have enough room, just kind of move some things around. Put my mouse over here, I don't need it. Okay. Now we're going to sift this. We're going to sift the flour and the baking powder. Excuse me. So what I do is I put this directly in the bowl instead of having to transfer a few times. How much flour, you ask? 2 cups and 3 teaspoons baking powder. So 2 cups of this. You know what? I already have brown sugar in that. Look, let me look for my half. That way I'll do 4 of these instead of 2. And instead, you can take your knife out and do that, or I just kind of push it up against there. So that's 1. And instead of waiting until everything's done and then it ends up on top, I'm going to do this says teaspoon. I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but 1, 2. Sometimes mine gets kind of stuck and you gotta just 3. That's done. Throw that over there. You can either clean up while you're going, and I would, but I'm doing a video, so I'll just clean up later, and then do 2 more of these, which is another cup. If I have a bag, I just find it easier to do that. And then I just pick it up and I push in, make sure that you're filling all the cracks and crevices, because you know the flour likes to make those air pockets. Okay. It's like a Jack in the Box here, you know. Now the ones I'm making for kids these days are nice, but the ones that I had back in the day, they had that big old slinky and they go bang, 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 you know, like it's kind of scary. Yes, I don't know how we got onto Jack in the Boxes. And the reason why you sift this is because you're making sure that all those little things in the bottom there are not going to end up in that. Okay, now that's done. I'm putting that aside. Okay. This is actually, it might be a little time consuming and have like different things everywhere, but okay. Oh, forgot to sift the salt. Where's the salt? Sift the salt in there. I'm just gonna, the salt is half a teaspoon. I'm just gonna shake some salt in there, and the salt is good. Okay. Now just either with a whisk or with a spoon, doesn't matter. It's all gonna be incorporated anyway. Don't spend too much time doing any one of these. Okay. We're gonna put this all together now. This is the banana mixture. You're gonna put this into the flour mixture. Actually, can I tell you something? That's the way it says to do it. But it does not matter which way you do it. Not one iota. It's all going to end up in there together. I love it. It gets every nook and cranny here. Okay, put this away. You can see I care so much about cleaning while I work. They're going to mix this together. If you want to do it a little bit at a time, you could add the flour into the okay, now this is getting dry. So you take your just get all the excess off the top. You don't have to sit there for 5 minutes and do this. Just, I'm not a very, I wouldn't say thorough. I mean, I get the things done, but I'm not going to sit there for half an hour and clean the whole thing off. Okay. And then you're going to add the butter and the brown sugar to it. And this time it is not super gritty like it was before. Oh, that was so gross. So, some things in life you can get away with margarine, but as far as baking, I wouldn't. I have an appointment tomorrow, and I'm going to take some banana bread to the lady that I see. Okay, that's all. You put some water in your dishes so that they don't crust up. I don't know what time schedule we're on, but I think we're doing pretty good. And with this recipe, make sure you very much mix it, because the flour loves to hide in the little pockets, in the air pockets in this recipe. Okay, there we go. It's funny how every time I clean my kitchen, I bake. Then I mess it up again, and then it's messy for a couple days. Then I clean it, and then I do something again. Seems like a never-ending thing as far as kitchen, laundry, vacuuming, dusting, baking. Okay. And this doodad actually very much helps this recipe, because if you use a spoon, A spoon you really can't bend like this spatula. Okay, we're done. Let's see. I can unplug this now. I'm sorry, I should have told you to turn your oven on to 350. I will put that in the little direction box there. So you grease your loaf pans, whatever you want to do to grease them. This time, usually I don't add cinnamon in to the batter, but this time I think I'm going to add some in. I've been making it this way for a while, and I want just a little bit of a variation of a flavor. So that way when you have your bite, you will taste that cinnamon, and I'm going to put a little bit more in. Because the beautiful top is the beautiful thing is on top with the crispy and the butter and the very delicious buttery crispy. Oh, awesome. Okay, smelling very good. So let me just take a minute and put a couple things away. That way I can create somewhat of a counter space for these items to go. Okay. Actually take this. These are good. These are dirty. Just give me 1 minute so I can just kind of clean everything that I'm going to be cleaning. And, okay. Sorry, just don't mind me. I'm just, okay, doesn't have to be a big, huge job. Just a little bit more uncluttered here. So you see, I have these pans, and I like making the small ones. I just don't have enough of them. But I like to make, especially if I want an extra little, like if I want to make this for myself and keep it, I can do that, or 2 for myself, and make 1 to package up and go away. I can do that. So this recipe will fill this, but it's really filling, and it's going to come up over the top. Or you can do about 3/4 of the way and fill maybe 1 of these, or half of the way and fill 2 of these. So whatever you want to do. You don't have to have this big, huge thing. If you want to, you can. Okay, cat, shut up. Oh, goodness. I tend to talk faster when I want to get the job done. Just regular canola oil. You can use butter. You know what? You know what? I forgot that I had butter sitting out here. A little butter dish. It'd be kind of a shame to use butter in your recipe and not use butter as your grease. Just take a paper towel and go on the sides and make sure you get the corners, because it's kind of hard to come off if you don't get the corners. And remember, the butter goes a long way, so you don't need like a big huge gob of it. So there we go. There's 1. And I'm only going to decorate or put a little bit in here. I'm not going to do both, because you don't want to grease both if you don't know what you're going to be doing. Okay. And now just sit that on the side. Don't throw it away because you don't know yet. Alright. So that is what it's supposed to look like. Very, like a oatmeal color with the bananas in there. I have some cinnamon in there, which is going to make it even more, to marry kind of some of the flavors together. So, and it's a little bit too, I don't want to say runny, but it's not thick enough for you to just pick up and put in there, so you just do a little bit more. And remember always, you can add in just a little bit more ingredients. You can double it. You can half it. If you half it, maybe you'll get about 4 of the small ones. And maybe like about half of a big one. Okay. So you can make this for a present for somebody for the holidays, to bring to somebody's table. Just put it in like a cellophane bag and put a few, cute little accessories, accents on there. I'm sorry I have loud neighbors. Again, I will say that for the umpteenth time in my videos. Very non-appreciative neighbors. Well, appreciative is not the word. Just, I don't know, I guess so. Anyway, so that's done. On to the next. Remember to put your card away, so that way it's not going to get dirty. And these little ones actually fill pretty fast. And make sure that you scoop everything to the bottom. That way you know how much you're working with. Okay. Enough for one more. So it's good that you didn't put that butter away. And just take it and just I think that's all good. It's all good. Oh. Oh, I did forget a little bit. Oh, that cinnamon right there. Okay, I think that's going to be it for that. Try to bring the stuff on the rim back down. Then I'm going to put some more into there. Just make sure that you got all your stuff ready and going, and you know what you want to do. You know what your plan is. This might be a little loud right now. I apologize. Okay, done. What you might want to do is, if you have your food and it kind of dripped or dropped on the top of your what you're making, you're gonna want to take something and wipe that off, because not so much as it's gonna burn in the oven, yes, but sorry, it will burn in the oven, but also it's gonna be a really hard time to wash it off. Kind of like when you dribble, cupcake batter on the tins, and man, you spend, the next 4 days scrubbing, trying to get it off. Okay, there's that, there's that. Okay, now, running around like a chicken, my head cut off. Make sure you just wipe that off. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be all the way down, just, you know, it's not going to rise. And these will rise. It's not going to double, but it'll go, whatever you got, it's going to go about a quarter to a half more than what it is. If that makes any sense to you. Okay. Now, let me see. Again, not prepared. So I'm going to take this. Oh, got a little bit of water in there. Take the rest of my butter. You know what? I'm going to need a little bit to put on there afterwards, and that's all I got left, so, or mostly. And then what you're going to do is, yes, I just said his. I know, sometimes I'm a wackadoo. Take some more brown sugar. Now, if you're doing this for somebody who can't have sugar or can't, is diabetic, you might want to try to substitute the brown sugar for something else. Or you might just want to put in cinnamon that has no calories, but yet has a wonderful taste. And maybe just some cinnamon on top with no butter, no brown sugar, or anything else. Or maybe you can try to find something that's vegan. Okay, have that and that. I'm just throwing this together here. I've never really done this. I've not really ever done this. Honestly. But we're going to figure out together how it's going to come out. Maybe a little bit of nutmeg, allspice or something. Let me get my thing out there. I have a little bit of allspice here. A closed one. Sorry. Sorry. I so apologize for the time being away. Okay, this one, okay. Put a little bit of allspice in there. And I'm going to put in a little bit of, I love different kinds of flavors. Nutmeg in there. Hopefully I have enough butter. And I've done this before without the oatmeal and just this and the brown sugar and the cinnamon, and it turned out really, really delicious. So you're just going to keep on doing this and try to get like a crumbly. You're going to just want to get everything incorporated. I did put in a lot of brown sugar. And if you want, you can put in more butter, which I think I'll try to do. And what you're going to do is after that, you mix it up very well. Like I said, I've never tried oatmeal before. I'm going to try a little bit more. And we'll just figure out how it goes along the way. And if you run out of wet ingredients, just pour a little bit of water in. It's not going to hurt it. And you're going to try to make like a, either you can make a crumble or you can make like a paste. Okay, well that looks good. And I really want cinnamon to just shine bright right there. So make sure you're prepped. Do everything before you start. Because you'll be like me, just running around like an idiot. Pretty much. Okay. Okay, there was some butter left over on there. Just mix it in. And I think that I'm going to leave one without. Just because if it kind of bombs, which I don't think that it will, but if it bombs, then I don't think it will. I think it's going to be a really, that's done. Don't want to put too much on the small one. And I normally, lately, for the past year, I don't do this. I don't put this on because I've been, most of the people that I make it for can't have extra sugar. But I'm just going to really load this up. And I'm going to push down a little bit into the banana bread and hope that it's going to, the banana bread is going to rise up out of it. And this is going to get pulled in. Okay, this might be a 45-minute video. I have no idea. So I'm just going to do the same on that one and just kind of push and pull and might just kind of put it in there a little bit and okay. Super buttery hands. And let me see, one more thing. Oh gosh, it's time to sit down. Oh! One more thing. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of cinnamon on top of this one. Okay, that was a lot of cinnamon. That was a lot. Okay. Oh, what's the damage? 37 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm going to pop these in the oven and I'll be back in about, well, my oven cooks a lot faster, so usually it's about 40 minutes to an hour, but I check it at about a half an hour, and then again after that, about like every 5 minutes after that. So that's what you want to do, all right? So thank you for watching. I'm sorry that you didn't get to see my beautiful face all the time, but I really want you to see everything that goes into this, even my crazy little, you know, self. So thank you, and I will be seeing you soon. Thanks. Oh, we're back. I'm back. We're all good and we're all back. Okay. So this is the yummy goodness that I've made. Yes, just me. Oh, isn't that just so good? Now, the brown sugar caramelized on top and it got very hard and crispy. And you might want that, but next time I would put in the oats and I would put in the butter and the cinnamon and allspice and all that. I would leave, I wouldn't say leave it out, but I would do about just a half a cup of brown sugar. Now this is getting hot. I just barely took it out of the oven. So there is that. And I'm also taking pictures to put on, excuse me, my stomach is rumbling, to put on all recipes. Okay. Come on, work with me. Work with me here. There we go. The only thing is in this corner there's like a big indentation because okay. These are still hot. This has been sitting out for a good 20 minutes. This came out about 10 minutes ago. Don't they look just so good? And it is so cute. This one I got at a bazaar, this little small loaf. And this one I got at AC Moore for $1. Isn't that so cute? And this, remember, this one was just the plain and just the cinnamon on top, which will serve very nicely. And this one, I forgot to add my pecans. And as soon as I saw them on the counter, I'm like, oh crap. So I just grabbed them and I opened up the oven and I just threw them in. So this one I'm not going to touch yet. I'd like to make them, as far as the big one goes, you let it sit as long as possible, a good 6 to 10 hours, before you even try to take it out. That way, or you can take it out within a couple hours and then don't cut it yet. You don't want to cut it for a good 6 to 8 hours after baking. That way it can't crumble and won't crumble. The longer you let it sit, everything will just keep on pulls together in the oven. But after it comes out, you have to let it sit for a long time so it can kind of grab onto everything else and just be. Okay, I know that sounded weird, but you know, I'm ready to cut into my whew. I have my hot plate here, my cutting board. Obviously I don't use it as a cutting board because I can't stand the sound, but I wasn't thinking about it when I bought it. It was so cute. Got it for about $1.99 at the Christmas tree shop. That rumbling you hear is my stomach. I am starving. And after I open this up to show you, I'm going to take a few pictures. And this took longer than intended because of that brown sugar. Oh my goodness, I am going to have so much fun eating this. Yes, I am. This one I'm giving away. I cannot eat it all. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to. And you say, says who? Well, let's just say God knows what he's doing. Okay, so you saw that I cut all the way with the butter knife. Ooh, pecan. Around the sides. Oh my. You see that butter took the rest of that stuff? Let me put this down. It's hot. Let me attempt. Usually, leave it that way. I'm going to attempt with all the nooks and crannies to... Oh! I'm eating already. Now, honestly, and let me get a couple pictures in, just because I'm doing this for all recipes as well. So let me get a couple good pictures in. And I like to do a lot of different angles. Okay, so let me turn this back over to this side. Do I dare? Let me taste a little bit of the oatmeal. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, okay, that's not gonna go. Now, because this is for me, I kind of don't care if it crumbles. Just because I'm gonna eat it anyway, but I just wanted to show you the inside. It's still steaming. Look at that. Can you see that steam? And you can see some of the brown sugar got lower. That is just scrum-diddly-umptious. It's just, I'm sorry, I can't wait. Oh wow. It is so good. The topping is just, I mean, I could just sit here and eat the whole thing. Slather some more butter on it. Get a big tall glass of ice milk and I'm good to go. But not yet, because I have to take some more pictures. But that is the scrumptious, the most, sorry. Honestly, I can't stop eating it. It was so good. So now this is like about an hour video. And, okay, goodbye. I'm gonna go eat now. It is that good. You gotta try this. You gotta try it. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please follow, like, subscribe, leave a little message down there. Anything else you'd like to see me do? I cannot stop. Watch out. I can't stop. And I like that I made this scrumptious thing. And it's moist. And it's moist in the middle. And it's crunchy on the top. And it's, oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, dreams do come true. And I thought the oats would be like a little weird. Because I've never tried oats really before. I know some people try them and cookies and stuff. But I never tried them just like as a garnish on top. To be cooked. It's so good. You gotta try it. You gotta make it, and you gotta tell me how it is. I already know how it is, but I want you to tell me how it is. All right. Thanks. Bye.